Hi guys, welcome back. It's your boy Sensei SWOLE here for another video today. Now, as you may have seen in the thumbnail, you saw a bunch of supplements, protein, creatine, all these things stacked up on the thumbnail, which is basically going to give away what the video is, and that is breaking down my current supplement stack. Now, before I get into the video, real quick, I'd really appreciate if you could press pause, drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, of course, and drop a comment. It can be anything, it can be a dot, it can just be a waving emoji, it can be anything. It really helps the video and it helps with the channel, okay? Now let's get into the video. So I had been requested to do this video a while ago in one of the Q&As. I hadn't had time to get around to it, but here we are today. So I'm gonna break down the current supplements I'm having, including, basic things like protein powders, amino acids, creatine, and also some other things like vitamins and minerals that I have every morning or throughout the day. So I wanna keep this video short and sweet and start it off in an easy way for you guys to understand. So basically breaking down the supplements I'm having, but in a chronological order. So basically the supplements I have when I wake up, throughout the day, pre, post training, and then after the workout as well. So I've got a lot of bottles and tubs on my bed right now. So how I'm going to do this video is basically bring it up to the camera, show you guys real quick what it is, and then kind of explain why I'm personally taking these supplements and how they're impacting my training and recovery. So starting off with my vitamins and minerals that I have each day. Now each morning, my usual routine, whether I'm doing a competition prep or just in the off season as I am at the moment, I like to wake up, have a black coffee, and just go for like a 20 to 30 minute walk just to, wake up and kickstart my day. So after I do that walk and before having breakfast, the supplements that I like to have straight away after that walk consists of a multivitamin. I'm just gonna do this because I've ran out at the moment, gonna get more tomorrow. But basically a multivitamin is really good. It kind of covers yourself in your micronutrients that you may miss throughout the day in your diet or through any kind of supplementation. And as a vegetarian, I also do like to include this just in case I'm not getting enough from my diet. I'm sure I am, but want to be, better safe than sorry. So with the multivitamin, I also usually have a high strength vitamin B12. So I'll try and bring that up, hopefully it focuses. So the reason why I kind of take the B12 in addition to the multivitamin is once again just to make sure I'm getting an adequate amount throughout my day. And it also helps in multiple other things such as your immune support, brain health, and I just personally feel that I have better energy levels when having this, and that could be because I'm not getting enough throughout my diet. So now besides the multivitamin and the B12 complex that I have, I always have vitamin D3 every day. Now with vitamin D3, it is important obviously to get enough sun exposure throughout the day, whether it be going for a walk or playing some kind of sport. But once again, to cover my bases, I just like to have a vitamin D3 supplement just to make sure I'm getting enough throughout my day-to-day life. And so it also does help with a lot of other things such as energy, and also for guys, it's really good for testosterone production. So when you're actually deficient in vitamin D3 levels in your body, it can actually affect your testosterone levels, which is pretty crucial for people either bodybuilding or getting into fitness or things like powerlifting. And other than that, it just kind of helps with other things like muscle strength, bone health. So it's got pretty good benefits to it. Now, unlike the vitamin B12 and the multivitamin, which I take one tablet of, with these vitamin D3 tablets, they usually come in tablet form which contains 1000 IUs. This will be listed on most bottles. I tend to have 4 of these, so getting 4000 IUs per day, and I feel great at that amount. That's usually the clinical suggested dose as well. So that was number 3 for what I have when I come back from that morning walk. And what I tend to have after that is something I added into my supplement stack during my first competition prep in 2020. Now this is Deep Sea Kelp. Now this one is something that actually helps with a lot of things such as thyroid hormone regulation, thyroid production, and just kind of looking after some aspects such as your mental support and mental well-being. And yeah, I only chucked this into my competition prep as it was suggested by my coach, and I've included it into my daily stack, and I've kind of felt some benefits off it, whether that's actually a proven benefit or a placebo effect. I just like to include it in my daily stack. And this one as well, it comes in a 1000 milligram tablet that I personally have, and I have 1 a day of these. Now next up, what I have here is magnesium glycinate. Now there's plenty of forms of magnesium you can have. They can be in tablet form, powder form, and yeah, as I said, there's a lot of different kinds, and some of these magnesium types suit for different needs. Some of them help with sleep, some of them help with just energy balances and kind of muscle restoration or recovery after a tough workout. They can just include in your daily stack. I've tried a lot of forms of magnesium, but with some other forms there are some negative side effects that can happen to some people. Not really that bad of a side effect, but people may experience things such as issues with their bowels. They may have to go to the toilet a lot on certain forms of magnesium. I personally haven't experienced that, but I've just tried pretty much most of the types that are available, and glycinate just feels like the easiest one to take in. I usually have 2 tablets a day. I have one usually with my morning stack, so before breakfast and after that morning walk, and the second just after my workout. And I have felt that I'm recovering better, less onset muscle soreness after the workouts, and yeah, it's just easy to take. So that's the next supplement that was on my list. All right, I have no idea what's happening with my camera. It's looking a bit fuzzy and blurry. Try cleaning it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going to stop the video. I'm going to keep going on. But yeah, so now the next supplement that I have as part of my morning stack is ASHWAGANDHA. So I only started having this a few months ago. Let me just try and get a good zoom in there. There we go. So with ASHWAGANDHA, it's one of those things that people recommend, which helps with a multitude of things such as better energy levels, mental focus, and can help with sleep if dosed before nighttime. So I actually have this usually 3 times a day. I'm pretty sure it is at 300 milligram servings for the tablets that I'm taking. I tend to have one in the morning with that morning stack before breakfast. And then usually the second dose would be around 2 or 3 p.m. when I'm having like my 3rd meal for the day, usually the pre-workout meal. And I like to have one before bed. And I honestly do feel that I have been getting better sleep and better mental focus with this as well. Now this may be something that's just working in synergy with some of these other multivitamins and minerals. But yeah, it's something I've included in my stack and I plan to continue taking. Camera started clearing up a bit. It's not blurry anymore for some reason, but let's get into this one here. So this is Creatine Monohydrate. Now I actually haven't had creatine in a few years. I was taking it when I was about 2 years into training and saw some pretty good benefits out of it. I felt stronger, I was putting on a good amount of size. But with things like creatine, what it basically does is it adds some intramuscular water to your body. So basically adding some water inside of the actual muscle. Now what that can do is help with a multitude of things, such as giving you extra energy in terms of ATP, which is the energy fuel source or fuel cell in your body. It kind of helps you recruit more energy and strength during your training sessions or pretty much through activities throughout your day. I haven't had it in a while, and this is a brand new tub that I have here. So my plans are just for the first week to do something called a creatine load, where I'm going to be having 20 grams of it a day for about 5 days or so, and then after that have a regular maintenance amount, which is 3 to 5 grams. And this is one of the supplements that I'll be talking about today that it really doesn't matter too much when you have it throughout the day. I personally just mix it into my pre-workout shake. So with a pre-workout supplement, or whether that's a pre-workout that has caffeine or not, preferably ones with caffeine when I'm going for a heavy lift day or going into a workout where I don't really feel the best or that energized. So yeah, with the creatine at the moment, I'll be having it a couple times throughout the day, just for 5 days until I finish that creatine loading. Then it will be with the pre-workout at a 5 gram dose. Now, next up on the list is a BCAA or EAA supplement. Now what these are is they're basically branched chain or essential amino acids. Now these are basically the building blocks of protein. With BCAAs, it doesn't really contain all the essential amino acids that you kind of require, which you can get from a meal. With the BCAAs and EAAs, I like to take both. So these are separate supplements. As I just said, BCAAs only contain a few of the essential amino acids or the building blocks of protein, whereas EAAs contain about 9 different types of amino acids, which is more of a whole source. So since BCAAs aren't really that whole combination of all the essential amino acids, I like to have that usually throughout the day, either with a meal, most likely with a meal. This is because with the meal, you should be getting pretty much a whole protein source and all your amino acids from it. So if I wanted to have this with a meal, it's mainly just to flavor some water or have something rather than a Diet Coke or some kind of non-sugar alternative of a soft drink. And with the EAAs, this I like to have at 2 times or 2 different times throughout a training period. This could either be in the morning when I'm trying to do something like fasted cardio. So I usually don't do fasted cardio that much in the off season, but during prep, I would like to wake up and do fasted cardio or long walks or possibly even weight training. So with these, they do have anti-catabolic properties. What that basically means is it can help preserve muscle mass and prevent muscle breakdown. Now, in terms of fasting standpoint, it can, kind of break a fast, but it's not necessarily like eating a whole meal. They're usually pretty low on calories. And yeah, so that's how I like to spread apart those two different types of amino acids, BCAAs and EAAs. And when I have it throughout the workout, I usually like to pair it with this over here, which is L-Glutamine. So with L-Glutamine, it has a lot of functions too. It can help with basic things throughout your daily life, such as your immune support, and also helping with things such as your digestive system. But namely, the reason why I kind of have it, or the main reasons I take this supplement, is it can help with things like muscle recovery and muscle fullness. Now, you can get things like L-Glutamine throughout your diet, but you can deplete your glutamine stores quite a bit with intense workouts. So I like to mix that with a scoop of my EAAs throughout my workout, just to sip on, and it just helps make sure that I'm covering my bases and getting an adequate amount, also to replenish the stores that I may be burning throughout the workout. And now the basic one that you're probably gifted when you're 13 years old and you first start the gym, a protein powder source. So here I have an ISO whey. Now the word ISO on there basically just stands for the word isolate. For those of you that don't know, there are multiple different types of protein powders. There's concentrates, hydrosylates, isolates, there's things like casein. So basically each of them can serve their own purpose, but basically the reason why I have an isolate with me is it's the leanest form of a protein powder. It basically has virtually no carbs, no fats. It's just a pure protein source in most cases. So I like to usually have this as soon as I finish a workout, just mix a scoop in with some water, have that straight after I'm finished at the gym. Then when I get home, I have my next meal. Now, I would not necessarily say you have to get a protein isolate. You can get a concentrate or a blend which has a bunch of different proteins in it. Honestly, it doesn't really matter too much unless you're doing something like an extreme cut or weight loss phase or getting ready for a competition. The calorie difference is only between 15 to 20 usually if you're getting a protein powder that has roughly 20 to 25 grams of protein per scoop. So yeah, I like to have this post-workout. If I was to have any other protein source, it's usually casein. And with casein, the reason why it's one of the ones that is supplemented before bed is it is quite slow in its absorption rate and the rate that it's utilized in the body as compared to an isolate. Isolates are pretty much shuttled straight into your system, which is quite beneficial after a workout when you've just depleted your body, torn some muscle fibers apart, and basically your body is just screaming out for a fuel source to replenish its stores. But with casein, since it's low digesting, the reason why it's recommended before bed, and it gives your body a slow source of fuel to replenish overnight as you're sleeping. Now, many people can claim that this can help with things such as preventing a catabolic state while you're sleeping, so preventing muscle breakdown. And yeah, the only reason I usually have it before bed is it's quite filling and I just don't want to wake up in the middle of the night quite hungry or starving. But basically I keep it simple there. These are the supplements that I'm having. So actual gym supplements, it's only a few to name. There's glutamine, pre-workout, branched chain amino acids or EAAs, as well as a protein source. And creatine, if I didn't just re-mention that again. Yeah, so these are what I have every day. I have the same kind of supplements throughout a competition prep diet or an off season as I'm doing at the moment. But yeah, if you're just starting out, these are some good supplements to keep in your stack. If not those multivitamins and minerals, maybe at least these supplements that I'm having pre-workout, intra-workout, so during and post-workout. But that is basically the breakdown of the supplements that I take every day. Now, if you have any questions or you're wondering why I don't take certain type of supplements that are available in, most supplement stores, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section below on this video. You can always hit me up on my socials. I usually drop them here or drop them on the top. Mainly the Instagram is the easiest one you can hit me up on and I'll usually give you a quick reply. And yeah guys, I would really appreciate if you could drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and drop a comment below. It can be a comment related to the actual footage from today, or literally it can just be an emoji, doesn't really matter, but trust me, these comments and likes do help with the videos, getting more views and getting some exposure for my channel. But that was it for today's video, my supplement stack. Hope you guys got something out of this video here today. But that is it for Sensei SWOLE, and I'm checking out.